And good morning, everybody. This is Gator Kincaid, and this is your morning news. We call this news you can use. So, coming up, we got a lot of stuff to get into. Let me go ahead and get my iPad fired up. A lot of stuff to get into. High school football's tonight. Um, Interesting news yesterday on the national front regarding the wildfires in Maui and Lahaina, and what media mogul billionaire Oprah Winfrey and Dwayne The Rock Johnson did. We'll get into that here in just a little bit. Oh, and unfortunate news if you have Charter Spectrum. All that and more straight ahead. My name is Gator Kincaid, as I mentioned earlier. So let's go ahead and get our morning kicked off with a look at our forecast, shall we? Let's go ahead and get a look at that weather. Dealing with some clouds right now, 77, 79 degrees out there currently. What are we looking at today is about a 70% chance of showers this afternoon. High's going to peak out, I would assume, around 81, 82 degrees. That's what we are looking at. Like I said, right now, cloudy and 79 degrees. And I don't know about y'all, but I think we could definitely use a little bit of that rain. So that is that is a good thing. That's where we're standing right now on our forecast. Now, our daily arrest report brought to you by Jeff Trenner and Trenner Bail Bonding. Locked up, need to get out. Don't hesitate. Don't procrastinate. Call Jeff or Jimmy at 334-864-5559. That's Trenner Bail Bonding, because ain't nobody got time to stay locked up. Overnight, Chambers County Sheriff deputies arrested the following: Roy Jean Brown, 40, from Roanoke, failure to pay, driving while license revoked. Julian Have Chambers, 20, from Conyers, Georgia, failure to pay, speed less than 25 miles an hour, from Lynette. Overnight, Lynette police arrested. Montarius Billingsley, 32, from West Point, public intoxication. Carl O. Scott, 37, from Lynette, FTA, 6 counts. Unlawful possession of a controlled substance, 3 counts. Unlawful possession of drug paraphernalia, 2 counts. And unlawful possession of marijuana in the second. Lynette police also reported the following incidents from overnight. Police information in the 1700 block of North 3rd Street. Same incident in the 500 block of Cambridge Court. Lynette police also report the following incident: a theft of property in the second, and unlawful breaking and entering of a motor vehicle in the 200 block of Cherry Drive. From Valley, overnight Valley police arrested Johnny Coulter, 58, from Valley, failure to pay. Jerry Wayne Farrell, 57, from Lynette, same charge. Emily Nicole Smith, 41, from Valley, same charge as well. Valley police also reported the following incidents from overnight: shooting into an occupied dwelling in the 1700 block of 55th Street. Many of you heard that on your scanner yesterday regarding a shooting, and I would assume that's what that is pertaining to. We have not received any press release from Valley Police, so I'm assuming that's what was going down yesterday afternoon. Theft of property in the first, in the 1600 block of 32nd Street. Negotiating a worthless instrument in the 1600 block of 32nd Street. Criminal mischief in the 3700 block of 20th Avenue, and domestic violence in the third, in the 1400 block of Sydney Street. That is your daily arrest report this morning, brought to you by Jeff Trenner and Trenner Bail Bonding. Okay, now we must get into our top story this morning. And if you have Charter Spectrum and you've been getting fired up, like many of us, and myself included, for the kickoff of college football, which was last night, well, I got some bad news for y'all. Disney, the owner of ESPN, is pulling its programming from Charter Spectrum. This began last night, meaning if you are a subscriber, you had to go without college football last night, specifically the Florida-Utah game, as well as the U.S. Open. According to Charter Communications, amid a broken video ecosystem, we will no longer be able this year, as it is right now, to provide ESPN and Disney. According to Disney, this is a long-term traditional deal with higher rates and limited packaging flexibility. And unfortunately, right now, Disney has declined our proposal and has pulled its video channels from Charter's video customers effective August the 31st. That's enough to drive somebody to get upset. So now I would assume the Charter Spectrum customers are scrambling with other providers so they can watch football and Disney. This is a lot. This is a lot of programming for Disney. So that's what's going on right now with your Charter Spectrum customers. So if you were unable to get what you needed or was looking for last night, then that is the reason for that. All right, let's go ahead and get into some good news now, right? Because I like to balance things out, the good and the bad. Let's go ahead and talk about a great night last night. Lafayette Main Street, their first annual membership, located in the beautiful, historic, and renovated home owned by Jeff Kemp. The evening was catered by Crave Corner, and everybody had an amazing time last night. It was fellowship. It was great, and Lafayette Main Street continues to do amazing things. As you can see, a great night last night in Lafayette, Alabama, for the annual first membership meeting last night. Congratulations to Executive Director Deanna Hand and the other board members. A great turnout last night in Lafayette. Now, let's move over to some news on the national front. You may have heard this, but if not, worth repeating. Yesterday, a Georgia judge decided that the upcoming case against former President Donald Trump would be televised and could be live streamed. This was something that many people thought would happen, but they weren't sure that it was going to happen. So when the court case becomes officially announced and when it comes to fruition, then it will be televised. So ladies and gentlemen, all I can say is get your popcorn ready. That'll be live streamed and televised. I can't imagine how high the ratings will go for that. All right, stay close, guys. Coming up, we have got some news out of Maui and Lahaina, a fundraiser that may not go like Oprah Winfrey and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson thought it would. I'll explain straight ahead on your morning news as we stream live this morning on Facebook and YouTube. We'll be right back.
Truckloads of fresh inventory are rolling into Glenn Smith Chevrolet in Opelika. Check out the powerful new Chevrolet Silverado 4-wheel drive crew cab, discounted up to $11,250 off. Chevy Equinox with 0 down as low as $329 per month. Chevy Malibu 0 down as low as $369 per month.
Get your best price every day at Glenn Smith and Opelika on the lot or online at glennsmith.com. Get ready to smile.
Turn that arts and crafts dream into a reality at sewingmachine.com. They offer sewing machines, printers, presses, as well as embroidery and vinyl, offering premium quality and discounts since 1983.
Valley Auto Service in West Point can do it all when it comes to automotive repairs. All major and minor tune-ups, they can do it. Need brakes? Try to stop on in. Open since 1968, Valley Auto Service is your Auto Valley certified dealer and your AC Delco dealer. Valley Auto Service, home of the 21st century tune-up. Call 706-645-2291. Valley Auto Service, they can do it.
South State Bank in West Point is your local bank, serving the community. South State's goal has always been to help you meet yours, no matter how big or small your goal may be. Visit us at one of our local South State locations or online at southstatebank.com to get started.
The River Market on 5 James Drive in Valley has what you're looking for. Vintage items made with a taste of down home. From locally crafted furniture to one-of-a-kind novelty items, the River Market simply has it. That's the River Market, Southern decor, and so much more.
We are open 10 to 6 Tuesday through Saturday Eastern Time, We randomly sometimes will open Sunday and Monday, and you can see that on our Facebook page.
I am Deborah Mitchell. Give us a call today for a free consultation and let us help you.
Ladies and gentlemen, over the past month, we have been horrified by the news coming out of Maui and Lahaina. Currently, according to the locals, there could be anywhere from 1,000 to 1,300 kids still missing since August the 8th. Residents have been displaced. Their homes, what once was and once used to be. The President of the United States issued a one-time $700 stimulus for the residents, for food and other things. Yesterday, media mogul billionaire Oprah Winfrey, who was worth an estimated $3.2 billion, and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, who, by the way, is a long resident of the islands, whose family is actually buried in Maui, as Dwayne has explained. Yesterday teamed up for a fundraiser to help the residents in Maui. Oprah Winfrey lives on the beach, the islands, and she has a pretty big landowner. Oprah Winfrey's home was unscathed by the wildfires that has claimed the loss of a confirmed 115 and possibly more. Yesterday, the two teamed up to ask for our help in the People's Fund. Now, keep in mind, the two collectively have donated $10 million. As I said, Oprah is worth an estimated $3.2 billion, and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson has an estimated worth of north of $500 million. Here are the two yesterday asking for help.
So if you send a donation, just click where you see below.
Now, I know that was short, but they're asking for help. Yesterday, over 1 million people watched that video, but only anywhere from $5,000 to $7,000 was raised. Perhaps it was a desperate attempt to have people that will never accumulate the wealth that those two have to pitch in. It did not go as planned, I am quite assured, by those two. Oprah Winfrey says the idea came to her when country music legend Dolly Parton raised money in her local community that was directly shipped to the residents in Maui and Lahaina. That's when Oprah got the idea. She called Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, and the two decided to team up. Now, Oprah Winfrey and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson have said this money will go into that fund, a nonprofit fund, and will be dispersed 100% to the residents on the island, which seems interesting why they would do that when they could stroke a check right now to rebuild the entire community. But I digress. Actually, they could do amazing things by simply putting things out on a group text. The Hollywood elites. But again, isn't it funny how big money always asks for help from little money? Keep in mind, Americans spent second quarter of this year over $1 trillion in credit card debt. The two main factors of that credit card debt: gas and groceries. But it would simply be unrealistic in their world for them to financially contribute. I get that that they did contribute $10 million, which would be $5 million apiece, which for me and you would be about $500 or even $100. But at least they're making some sort of an effort. Speaking of elites, many people are beginning to wonder why the reaction and what was really behind the Maui fires. Now, it is some people, not saying who, that believes it was a planned event, that it wasn't just accidental. Here's President Joe Biden yesterday, and I want you to pay attention to the last comment that he made on help for Maui and Lahaina. Listen to our president.
We're not going to turn this into a new land grab. We're not trying to see multi-million-dollar homes on the beach. We want to restore that part of the island like it was before, only better. To that end, when I was on the island last week, I appointed Bob Fenton, one of the nation's leading emergency managers, and I mean that's not hyperbole, who's been on the ground in Hawaii since before the fires erupted as our chief federal response coordinator to lead our long-term recovery on Maui.
And Mr. President, I didn't want to get into this today, but I just want to know one thing. If it was accidental, why did you need an official on your behalf to be on the ground before the fire broke out? These are questions that America has. There are still an estimated 1,000 to 1,300 kids that are unaccounted for and have been unaccounted for since August the 8th. Mr. President, pardon my tone, but friend, you got some explaining to do. As you as well, Hollywood elites. You would think the first thing you would do is call in every favor you could for an enormous search and rescue for the 1,000 to 1,300 kids that are missing. Again, my tone is abrasive and it is aggressive because as a veteran of this great country, we serve our country to protect those that cannot protect themselves. And the last time I checked, children would be at the top of the list. So, Mr. President, if it was never a land grab, then A, why did you appoint officials to be on the ground before the fire broke? And 2, why would you not use every resource imaginable to go find those kids? You, sir, have got some explaining to do. And on behalf of a nation that is mentally tired and exhausted, we deserve better. I need to get off this rant. And I do apologize. No, I don't. I don't apologize at all because I think I'm saying what many of us feel. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll take a quick break and we will come right back. And we're going to look at some high school football. Opelika gets us kicked off last night. Good win for the Dogs. We'll explain all that and more straight ahead here on your morning news.
Inspired by the bold bison, Southern Union students blaze new trails every single day. 3 locations, dedicated faculty and staff, endless possibilities. It's all waiting for you at Southern Union. It's time to venture forward. Register today.
Four Seasons Heating and Air can sure keep you cool this summer. That's because they're your complete authorized Carrier dealer. Carrier comfort is just what the doctor ordered on these hot days. Carrier, turn to the experts. Turn to Four Seasons Heating and Air. Call today, 334-576-COOL. That's 334-576-2665.
It's fun, it's fresh, it's the new bowling alley in Valley.
I want to welcome y'all out here to the bowling alley. Come out and bowl with us. It's Mr. Jason telling all of you come bowl with us. Our hours are Thursday, Friday from 5 to 10, Saturday from 12 to 10. We have a family session from 12 to 4, just like we do at the skating rink. We have it here at the bowling alley too.
Keegan Knox car on by 85, exit 77 on Bob James Drive. Best tire prices for you and me. 756-8473.
Your partner, your neighbor, your friend. Since 1907, serving our local communities, Auburn Bank is a proud supporter of high school football and local news. FDIC insured and equal housing lender.
Ladies and gentlemen, high school football is going on tonight, and we got at least two big rivalry games that we need to get into. Let's go ahead and go to the scoreboard, and then we'll preview tonight's Friday night matchups. All right, so let's see here. Opelika, them dogs got us kicked off last night. Opelika defeats Jefferson Davis 36-16. Tonight, Auburn will host Enterprise in a big showdown. Lee Scott will host Monroe Academy. In Chambers County, Springwood will host Evangel Christian. Lafette will host Bullock County. The Dogs will try and get on the winning track this year. By the way, Springwood undefeated going into their matchup with Evangel Christian. Beulah, big win last night for the Bobcats. They will host Lochapoka, who got off to a good start last week in the win in the Jamboree over Lafette. Chambers will host Edgewood. Jason Allen and the Rebels will try and continue their winning ways. Big rivalry game tonight. Valley hosts Lynette from Rams Stadium. And on the other side of the hooch, Troup County will host Callaway. That's a look at some high school football that we have going on tonight. Let's get out there and support all of our local schools. My name is Gator Kincaid. Be sure and follow us throughout the day as we do our best to inform and engage you on news that matters to